Good evening, everyone. My name is Carlos Carvajal, and I'm going to be your instructor this afternoon. Um, the lesson we're going to cover today is about track bender. Um, Track bender is a portable tool. It's heavy duty, and also we can say that creates or bends track for different radiuses. It's really useful on the field because you can take it from job to job. Uh, it's kind of no, it's nice to learn how to calibrate the machine because that's the most important part of the whole production or the whole job is know how to set up this machine in order for us to bend, track, or stats at different radiuses. This machine can bend pretty much every radius that you desire. Uh, Manufacturers have created some graphics that can help you to use it to do the setups in the machine. It can go from 0 degrees all the way to 150 degrees. All we gotta do is just understand how to follow this graphics, and it's really simple. On one side, they're gonna give you basically your degrees, and at the bottom, they're gonna give you the size of your radius in inches. Uh, for me, it's kind of difficult to follow this graph to the point where I wanna bend my track. Another important thing is the manufacturers also have to provide you with a formula that you can use to bend any type of radius bigger than 150 degrees. For instance, in my case, it's easier because it's hard for me to read all this graph. So I like to use the formula instead. It's an easy formula. So all you have to do is multiply the value of 1 degree, which is 57.2, times the spaces that you want to bend your track. The bending depends on how smooth you want to see your work. You can bend in this machine anything from 2 inches all the way up to 12 inches. Just keep in mind, the bigger the separations of the indentures, the less accurate this radius is going to be. There's a saying that if I'm gonna bend at 20-foot radius, I can have spaces every 20 inches. But that's not really the truth because this ain't gonna be a smooth radius. So myself, I like to kind of go under a few inches. For instance, today we're gonna be bending a track, a radius of a track with the radius of 10 feet. One of the things that we gotta keep in mind is this: in order for us to work this formula, we gotta convert the radius in feet in inches. So we know basically 10-foot radius equals 120 degree inches. We know the value of 1 degree, 57.2. And in this case, I'm gonna decide to bend this track every 6 inches. That's preferences at this moment. So the formula is really easy. I'm gonna multiply 50.2 times 6, that's equal to the bending spaces. And whatever result we have from there, we're gonna divide it under 120 inches. The result is going to give us is a 2.86 degrees. So this number is the number I'm gonna input in this radial on this setting. It has a plastic tab, it has a graph where I can accommodate that number into this number. So I'm gonna turn loose the knob and I'm gonna adjust this tab to the number 2.86 right there. Let me close it up, and right now I'm gonna use this piece of track to calibrate the machine. It's recommended to use a good sized piece of track, anywhere from 4 to 5 foot long, so you can do different or several setups. Most of the time, the machine is calibrated after the first or second time that you try. Sometimes requires some more time. It depends also the ability that you have, what you're gonna create. So it's just a matter of practice, how to set up the machine. Usually, like I said, in less than 5 minutes, you can calibrate the machine and you're ready to start production. Let's see how many times it's gonna take us today. The way I like to start, or the way manufacturers recommend to start, is coming from the right-hand side of your track. Measure 6 inches in the back of your track. One thing that we have to keep in mind is that we gotta look for the particular good piece of track from the stock that we're gonna use in it. Make sure that the waves are straight and parallel. Right now we're gonna square that mark or that point I make in the backside of my track. That's 6 inches from this end to this mark. And this mark is gonna line up right with the blade of my track bender. This is just a matter of cramping into the track. Hear the noise? And that click is telling me that it's already been bent. Let me show you. It makes an indenture 6 inches away from this point. It bends and indents the track on that side. So what I'm going to do now is, with a radius gauge, the radius gauge is going to be set parallel to the track, just like so. Just going to line up these holes to the bend I make. Okay, just like so. Then, being parallel, I need to push this away and look at the end. It's moving away from the track. Right now, I'm reading 2.8. I'm looking for 2.6. It's just a little more. And you can tell right there, there's a track, a scale, where you can read the setup of the machine. Most likely, that's the setup of the previous job that someone was doing it, okay? I don't know exactly what already was at that point, but that's what the machine is telling me. This is just like talking to the machine. You tell the machine, hey, I want to bend this track. I want to make this piece of track a 10-foot radius. I'm going to give you this information. This information for me is going to be 2.88 degrees. And after I said you, I need you to tell me if you're calibrated to make this job. The machine is going to be telling me, no. I'm calibrated to do this type of radius. So knowing that this is not the right setup, I just got to go and do exactly the same with that I did before. I'm going to go on the other side just to get it tried out. I'm going to measure again 6 inches from the end of my track, and I'm going to prepare the machine to set it up to the information that I got from this band. The reading I got from the machine, 2.5, is what I'm going to set it up right now. So let me make this mark, getting it ready. Let me set up the machine to the 2.5. Let me double check. I need my glasses. 2.5. Okay. Now, I'm going to make another indentation, just like we did before. line up the track to the bed, the bed of the track bender. Make another crimp and see what the calibration of the machine is right now. Get my glasses. I need my glasses all the time. Again, going to line up my radius gauge to the pen I got to the indenture I want to make. Again, is parallel to the track. So let's push this other end away until you hit the track again. And the read right now is 2.8. We're looking for 2.86, but 2.8 is close enough to what we're going to be bending. So right now, I know the machine is ready to start making production. And this time, we only took us 2 times to do the setup. Like I said, sometimes you're going to need more than 1 time to make this happen. But it's well worth it because you're going to be able to create different radiuses on the job. So let's get another piece and start bending it. And I don't know if you can see at the end of the room, we have a piece of drywall where we strike a 10-foot radius mark that was we did it previously. We're going to bend a piece and we're going to check that against the mark. Let me get another new piece. Be right back. Just got another new piece, brand new piece. We're going to start by making a mark 6 inches away. We're going to square it off one more time. This time, rather to go to the center of the blade, we're going to go to a mark that is already preset by the manufacturer. And this mark is going to create bends 6 inches away. Now that we have the calibration complete, all you gotta do is start bending. We're gonna bend this piece. We're gonna go check it against the mark that we have on the back side. Couple more times. Of course, you can use also. There is a machine that is hydraulic. It's more expensive and can bend track bigger radiuses or bigger gauges. This one right now is good enough to bend up to 20 gauge track or studs. One of the things I like about this track bender is that the pieces stay straight. There's no need for me to set up any tiles to hold the pieces together. It's straight, it doesn't bend, and I can use this piece for my top track, and I can use the other side for the bottom track. I know that these spaces are 6 inches away. I can use this as a measurement how far away I want to set up my studs. Let's go and take a look and see how good this piece came out. I'm ready to start making productions. All I need to know is how many pieces of this 10-foot radius I need to bend. I gotta consider the pieces for the top track and the pieces for the bottom track. So you can see how easy it is, or it was, to bend this track. This is 20 gauge, 3 and 5 studs. This machine also can bend 2.5 studs of track up to 3 and 5. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to go over with anything that you need to be explained. Remember, these charts are produced by the manufacturer. These values that we were using today in this formula, they're also produced by the manufacturer. And you can use either or. The importance is how to set up these dimensions to this chart. It's nothing difficult. We are going to be here this afternoon, and we can do and practice bending different side radius. Thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure.